So when you get to LA, bro, it's groups of guys waiting at key spots to see if they gonna catch somebody. And that dude, Luce Cannon, his name came across my desk before for sure as somebody that you gotta be aware of. So like when I see people coming out saying he's a liar, like I don't know about them details that he's saying, but when it come to being in the street, I'm gonna verify like he's somebody that you gotta be aware of for sure.
He's probably one of the most vindictive, careless, and I gotta use this word and it sounds crazy, evil persons I've met.
I'm not gonna be like your role model or anything like that. I want people to die. I want people to get shot. I'm not a nice person.
You and Big U about him telling you Nipsey is dead, and you calling Nipsey and he's still alive, and then 30 minutes later he's dead, is on this show.
He FaceTimed me. So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got killed. I'm like, 6 I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey and I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
Nipsey answered.
Nipsey answered. He answered the phone. And I was like, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that.
Did you tell him the call you just got? Or you didn't even mention it?
I didn't mention it. And that's what fucked me up because my cousin is Nipsey baby mama. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, I could have probably stopped it or it had it.
Stop what? What you mean? That you talking about?
No, because listen, so after I talked to Nipsey and I was like, yeah, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that. I'll see you later or whatever. So I hung up the phone. I thought, Big, you gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey.
So everybody knows I got a cease and desist about the Luce Cannon interview that I did with Whack 100. And a cease and desist showed up from the one and only. Never thought my life would go in this direction. Never thought I would be getting a legal notice from the big man himself.
Oh,
Big
yeah, I just seen
you.
Big U said he ain't feeling that
Big
shit.
Lucifer.
Big Lucifer.
Is that a diss? I think that's a whack term. I don't want to say that. So from our perspective, we have decided to back away from this. This is not a narrative that I was really interested in pushing in the first place. The idea that Big U had any sort of, criminal doings in his adult life or that, that he was involved with anything with Nipsey. This is not something I ever really bought in on. It was kind of a surprise to me that it got trotted out on the podcast. I don't have to make this kind of statement about why we decided to remove it or whatever, but I did ultimately make the decision. We ended up getting a cease and desist from Big U and his legal team in relationship to the claims that you made on this podcast. My legal team reviewed it. They ended up saying that it was probably a better idea for us to just take it down rather than to fight it. How do you feel about that? I felt like there was a lot of hype. We thought that there was going to be a smoking gun. There was going to be this reality show footage. There was a Valentine's Day release day. And then I felt like we never really got the conclusion.
Because I got a cease and desist, me and the network, a week before that.
Really?
Yes. Look, y'all got to stop playing. It's the reason why they call me the boogeyman. Like, this is facts. It's not no fairy tale. This is not what these rappers, like, they portray my life. Bro, I'm just blessed to be a music producer, an artist, a rapper, an entertainer, everything, an actor. But I'm just a real tough dude that stand on everything I say. So y'all don't get it misconstrued. I want problems. If I'm giving up this energy and you have a problem with it, do something. Because when I see you, I'm going to do something. It ain't going to be no facts. It ain't no mystery. It's nothing like that. I just get busy. Point blank. Plain and simple. Like it or not, I am him.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't even doing music. I was just like with my older bro, Nipsey, right?
Yeah.
So when Cubs was telling me, he was like, bro, you a real nigga. You need to do some music and stuff like that. You need to fuck around with us. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah. So you basically wrote everything. Did you produce that track too, right?
Yeah, I produced it. I did everything.
So like, when you're in jail, like how were you able to like, kind of make that beat?
Like they had like church, right?
Oh, okay.
I used to go in the church, use the motherfucking keyboards and shit like that. That's how I did it. I was like, and it came out dope. So
I asked Luce, I said, bro, you got a twin? Nah, we have the same birthday, but we 10 years apart. How old are you? I'm 32. Okay, shit, all right. The business I'm doing with you, cool. He goes to jail, 42. He got 6 kids, 2 kids is 23, 22. So he couldn't claim them because that debunks the 32. You dealing with something that's different. And you know, I gotta say he's good at what he does on the people he's doing it with. But
Los Angeles, a city of dreams, of stars, and of shadows. For decades, the hidden currents of its streets have run deep, guided by unwritten rules and influential figures. One name resonated louder than many. Big U, real name, Eugene Henley Jr. To the public, he presented himself to be a man of change, a reformed former gang member, a community activist, and the founder of the nonprofit Developing Options. His organization was a supposed force for good, aiming to steer young people away from the very life he claimed to have left behind. He was seen hosting food drives, coaching youth football, and rubbing shoulders with music and sports giants, projecting an image of dedication to his community.
But people don't understand that you have to really sacrifice to do what I do. You have to sacrifice financially, physically, spiritually, mentally, every kind of way, you know, because what people don't realize is when you helping people, when you helping kids, you take on a lot of burdens, you take on a lot of stress. It ain't just about money. You taking on the fact that a lot of people, kids, be in bad situations.
But beneath this carefully crafted facade, a federal criminal complaint in 2025 unveiled a vastly different picture. It painted Big U not as a peacemaker, but as the alleged orchestrator of a sprawling criminal network, referred to as the Big U Enterprise. This enterprise was accused of a shocking range of illegal activities, from extortion and robbery to wire fraud, illegal debt collection, and even murder.
This young man just gave out 500 pair of tennis shoes, and he about to give out another 500 pair of tennis shoes. If you can go spend $5,000 in the club, $10,000 to $15,000 in the club, and you haven't done nothing for your community or the community that you're coming into or you're moving into, you haven't reached out in no way, it's something wrong with you. It's terribly something wrong with your psyche. And I don't let it go.
Wiretaps, according to authorities, allegedly exposed his public persona as a sham, revealing him claiming to still be the same man they said he once was, even boasting about being the only gangster from his era still committing murders.
You're going to check in. You can choose not to, and it's going to be a problem. If dudes come and you move it in a certain way, if you choose not to check in, you suffer the consequences.
This dramatic shift from community leader to alleged crime boss was jarring for many, but for some, particularly within the world of LA's rapidly expanding podcasts, these revelations were less a surprise and more the long-awaited unveiling of an open secret. The burning question remains, how did the intricate, hidden details of this alleged empire come to be so publicly exposed, leading to federal charges? The answer may lie with an unlikely figure, one whose own credibility would eventually be called into question. The spotlight, however, wasn't just on Big U. The unraveling of his alleged criminal empire also brought a new figure into sharp focus, a man known as Luce Cannon. Luce's life started in the tough streets of South Central LA, where he faced hardship early on, including losing his father, who was serving a life sentence in prison. He navigated the complicated world of LA's streets and prison yards, eventually finding his way into the music industry. Luce Cannon began as a producer, making beats for local artists, including early collaborations with Nipsey Hussle and Draco the Ruler.
They praying on shit like that.
Man, come on, man. They praying for your comfort.
As soon as you think you smooth, oh yeah, walking on the beach. That's the same way. That's like us niggas walking on Melrose or something. Nigga. You like, oh, nigga,
look at the stars.
Nigga, I know better than that, nigga. I was in Miami, I ain't playing nothing.
Miami ain't playing with you. They ain't playing with you.
And they got Haitian there. They don't got no conscience,
they go right back home.
We way on the side.
Check in for 45 days, come right back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be a whole new person.
Hey,
a whole new person.
Speaking on that, I be telling Unc, like, because he got to go back to his old ways because that out intelligence is winning.
Winning.
I'm talking about nigga, I was a fan of these niggas.
Look,
I see niggas
tricking,
like
super
club,
tricking, super
they got
tricking,
AR
bro.
in the car, all that, nigga.
Yeah.
Fake
Big
car,
homie, what's
bumping
up?
niggas on purpose,
Right.
bro, jumping out. I seen a nigga bumping.
Just
Nigga
gotta get
bumping to the
outgunned.
nigga, then the nigga like, hey, bro, nigga jump out.
He then stepped into rapping and working with Nipsey Hussle during his rise to fame.
None is back to the range on 29.
Luce even claimed he was on the verge of signing with Dr. Dre, saying that Dre produced his song Bringing California Back, which featured Nipsey Hussle and YG. According to Luce, Dre eventually chose to sign Kendrick Lamar instead, viewing him as a safer choice, because he didn't have as many potentially risky connections to the streets. The questions deepened. LA YouTubers like Street TV, along with the internet, alleged that Luce Cannon had copied his entire public image from an older, established hip-hop figure who also went by the name Luce Cannon. They suggested he took the name to piggyback on the existing reputation and credits of the original.
Now, how you feel about, like, we disrespected him, but it's, that's your boy real name. So it's like, dang, I tear my boy name down and like.
I gotta speak for my boy because he don't have a platform.
Not for sure.
A lot of people are wondering, why am I even speaking on this dude? Normally I wouldn't care.
Right.
But I grew up with the real Luce Cannon.
Right.
The real Luce Cannon is getting calls all the time about what this dude is doing. About claims that he's been with other celebrities that the real Luce Cannon never been with. So he's got to take these calls. Nah, I never did a song for 50 Cent. He has worked with Nas. He has worked with some major dudes.
Right.
This dude, the fake dude, is just
I seen that some major,
putting it all out there.
Even Luce's daughter's mother painted a vivid picture of his tendency to lie and mislead. She described him as someone who tells outlandish lies and is remarkably skilled at coming up with even bigger lies he gets cornered. She claimed that he often had people around him to support the lies, making it hard to know what to believe, even though you have the proof in front of your face. She recalled him telling lavish stories about owning Subways and GameStops, trying to make it seem like he had his life completely together.
Tremaine, he kind of gets you into a place. I mean, it's real intense. When he first meets you, as you guys can all see, I'm sure, from the interviews that everybody has seen, the lies are outlandish, and he's very good at, when he's outed for the lies, he'll come up with an even bigger lie. And then he's got, little minions around him to support the lies, and then, next thing you know, you don't know what to believe, even though you have the proof in front of your face. And Luce Cannon put himself in this because, like, him saying he was Big U's enforcer and all that stuff, like I said, he made up all these lies and this false stuff that's just not true, but then told the truth and recorded and put out videos of his own crimes, like the No Jumper situation. He released footage. He was boasting about it and proud of beating these men.
Despite this history of questionable truthfulness, Luce Cannon found his way into the podcast world, becoming a frequent guest on platforms like No Jumper and DJ Academics. It was here that he began to openly discuss details that would stun many, revealing a surprising closeness to Big U's alleged criminal activities. According to the federal criminal complaint, Luce Cannon wasn't just a friend or an associate. He was allegedly an enforcer for the Big U enterprise, personally involved in armed robberies of businesses that refused to pay protection money. One specific incident outlined in the complaint occurred on July 5, 2021. An unlicensed dispensary that had grown tired of paying Big U up to $25,000 a month in alleged extortion money decided to stop. In response, Luce Cannon was allegedly among a group of 11 individuals sent to rob the store. They stormed in with guns and masks, taking cash, products, and even sticking up the customers. During the robbery, one of the masked men allegedly put the store owner on the phone with Big U. Later, when the victim went to Big U's home, he found Big U and the robbers there with the stolen items. Big U allegedly told the victim he had just robbed himself and gave him some of his belongings back, but demanded an additional $10,000 to prevent future incidents. Years later, after his relationship with Big U crumbled, Luce Cannon would openly discuss this incident on the No Jumper podcast, even remarking how strange it was that Big U would send them on robberies only for the victims to show up later at Big U's house to get their things back, essentially putting them in paperwork.
So basically, it's like, cause he'll be like, he'll manipulate things. Like, we'll go and do something, and the same we do it to, show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to, counting everything, right? And we be like, how the They get that. Oh well, we're gonna just give them like $40,000 back and stuff like that. But cuz it's actually putting us in paperwork.
Luce also claimed Big U would give guns to his associates, but secretly write down their serial numbers.
Get like 20 guns, and when he got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies. But I'm like, why are you writing down the serial numbers? So it's like he was doing like that, and I didn't catch on. So it was like I'm waking up now. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm his right hand man. You get what I'm saying? So when it came down to like dirt and stuff like that, I'm gonna get it.
This was the foundation of Luce Cannon's public claims against Big U, claims that would, in time, become critically important to the federal case. It was on platforms like No Jumper that Luce Cannon truly began to make waves, not just with his music, but with his surprising accounts of what he claimed was Big U's hidden world. Remember, this was a man whose own brother and former partner painted a picture of someone who often told wild stories and made up bigger lies when caught. Yet, what Luce started talking about was precisely what federal authorities would later outline in their charges against Big U.
But I appreciate you for showing up, bro.
Yo, bro, final question. Will you ever be cool with your brother again?
You know, that's like I said, that's my twin brother. You know, I've been, you know, we was raised in a womb. So at the end of the day, it's like, I'ma always love him. You know, I just don't like the shit that he do.
Yeah.
You know, just putting me in a twist, like I said, I raised my kids, all my kids, like my grown kids, they all have D1 scholarships. They all go to colleges, top colleges in there. So why fuck up my program, you know, by saying this shit because y'all got caught up.
Yeah.
Y'all was sloppy with it. Y'all on the internet saying the gang is shit, and they looked into the shit and they got y'all on that shit. So at the end of the day, leave me out of it.
Cause he tell me y'all done had a bunch of fights, bunch of crazy stuff didn't happen, but he blames it on you.
If we fact checked all those stories, I bet we would find some incredible discrepancies.
Now your guy was on there with Gigi. I forget his name.
Who?
The one Luce told on. They went to jail together.
You're talking about Chosen.
Chosen.
I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, I didn't see no black and white in that situation, but I heard about that shit. I mean,
I think he said something about you too.
Yeah, but
Chosen said he started telling the people it was you.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think that's his defense. Like, you have a twin brother, you can sit up there and try to, you know, persuade a judge. I mean, I think it worked. That time when he blamed me, they couldn't find him, you know, guilty because they didn't really know, even though he was caught at the scene or I don't know, caught down the street or whatever it was, he got out of that situation. So I don't know if he feels like he could do it again. I don't know what evidence they do have on him. But the thing is with Gigi has a lot of shit. A lot of shit on him.
She got a lot of shit documented on that phone.
He need to make
videos, crazy stuff. Like I don't know why he's playing with her. Listen, I don't know. Listen, bro. When he got a phone on her account. So everything he was doing was going to her iCloud. And this dude likes to record everything he does, which we know. Right?
It's a good way to end up in the feds, honestly.
Yeah.
He was called, he wants to be famous by any means necessary.
Yeah. So
he don't care what it takes.
That's why he exposed a lot of shit. And then, but the thing that he was exposing, see, that's where I can tell you that he says a lot of truth because the feds ain't stupid. They knew exactly what he was saying. Or they just, okay, yeah, that's what the other person said. That's what the victim said. So by the victim saying that, and then you go on a podcast and you sit there and say some dumb shit like that, it affirms everything. And that's why it's a lot. I mean, people don't think that the people that's in jail have the same cases. They have a lot of the same cases, bro. They just haven't been brought forth yet, but they have a lot of shit that they're investigating. That's why the trial is...
For years, a significant part of Big U's alleged power came from something known as checking in. This was basically a street tax, a payment expected from out-of-town celebrities, athletes, and even film productions. The idea was simple. If you wanted to operate safely in Los Angeles, you had to get in touch with local gang members and pay a fee. If you didn't, the consequences, as Big U allegedly warned in various clips, could be severe, ranging from robberies to equipment being taken.
Movie production in the hood. That's how we do it, you know, man.
Top flight, baby. Security.
GB running this here movie set in the hood.
Come on out here.
Coming out here and checking in with GB, getting these movies done. You better know it. You know what I mean? Anytime you want to do movies in the hood, just check it in. We can make sure it's done. Movies, videos. But if you don't check it in,
Oh well. Let's go check your ass out.
we gonna check you in, all right. We gonna check in all of your equipment. We gonna check in all of your equipment.
This was not a secret to those in the know. People debated Big U's double life on the internet years back, openly acknowledging his public community work alongside his alleged enforcement of this checking-in method. It was for many an open secret in LA.
I want to just say that in the era that we're in right now, it's not enough people who made it giving back. One thing that's always bothered me is, and people who know me know, I'm hard on people who so-called made it and not giving back. If you can go to the club and spend $80,000 on bottles, and you can spend $10,000 to go in the club, but you haven't done nothing to help the neighborhood. You know, this young man just gave out 500 pair of tennis shoes, and he about to give out another 500 pair of tennis shoes. Lamar Willie travels all over the world and supports my organization anytime I ask him. And it's these are the pillars of the community. I basically can't do nothing but put out a call and ask, you know, and try to bring the stuff to my community and for the kids in this community to have somebody look out. These kids are gonna be on high just with the fact they can name the people who was actually in their community, you know, and it's and again, I just want to stress the fact that if you can go spend $5,000 in the club, $10,000 to $15,000 in the club, and you haven't done nothing for your community or the community that you're coming into or you're moving into, you haven't reached out no way, it's something wrong with you. It's terribly something wrong with your psyche. And I don't let it go. Who so-called made it and not giving back. If you can go to the club and spend $80,000 on bottles, and you can spend $10,000 to go in the club, but you haven't done nothing to help the neighborhood. You know, this young man just gave out 500 pair of tennis shoes, and he about to give out another 500 pair of tennis shoes. Lamar.
Luce Cannon, with his history of exaggerating or inventing details, began to speak with an alarming familiarity about this system. He recounted instances that chillingly echoed the very allegations that would appear in the 2025 federal complaint. He spoke about Big U's alleged demand for protection money from unlicensed businesses like smoke shops and dispensaries. If these businesses refused to pay the monthly fees, which could be as high as $25,000, Luce claimed Big U would send groups of individuals, including Luce himself, to rob them at gunpoint. And then there was the insane claim about Meek Mill. Luce described how he and others allegedly cornered the rapper at a club and threatened to kill him unless Rick Ross paid $50,000. Luce explicitly framed this as a business transaction, but described an extortion on the podcast, stating that the money was paid fast.
Meek is he from Philly? He would tell you Philly niggas get kidnapped.
Well, no, he was in L.A. when it happened.
Yeah, but it don't matter. He's still, where you from?
What? What is that gonna do? It's just like
he from the trenches.
Or what? Not in
Philadelphia.
Yeah, that shit don't work.
So explain that story. Wait, so how did you even come in contact with it? And I think supposedly there was a Big U portion of it.
Yeah. So basically, Meek Mills was talking real reckless on Twitter and stuff like that. So
talking reckless.
Doing
it now.
Yeah, so we caught him at the club where he was performing at, and then we grabbed cuz we called.
But he has security. Come on, you can't just grab like he not dolo. You just grabbed him.
Security is LA niggas.
Yo, I noticed
we
that.
from Rolling 60s. So nigga, if you gonna protect somebody or whatever, you gonna pick that issue. You just getting paid $500 a day just to make sure he good. But nigga, you gonna lose your life. Is that $500 that important? It's not important. It's not that important.
And you know when I realized about LA? It was like about 5 years now, but it was in Long Beach. I go to there in Long Beach, and like this is Complex Con, so they give me security there because I'm like, yo, this was after some Vic message. I'm like, man, I got beef with niggas out here. So they said, no, we got you with security this and third. Anyway, long story short, 6ix9ine was coming there. Now, this is at the time everybody in LA. I mean, they probably still hate him, but he was popping out. So like, they were like, oh, they're gonna get security to escort him and walk him. All I knew is that the security themselves was radioing to each other like, yo, that nigga finna come at this entrance, and I'm thinking they're gonna protect him. Nope. They had like a bunch of I think the guy he died he from Treetop. What's the guy name?
Slim.
Yeah,
Slim 400.
They was out there like an army ready to confront him. So I'm like, how did they know? They were like, nigga, you know the security.
The security gave him a tip.
They're all with the shit.
Yeah,
I'm like,
so that shit don't work. People be thinking that you could tap in and just hire private security. No, but the private security is looking at it like, oh, this nigga got $100,000 worth of jewelry on. I could get 10,000 or 15,000. Let me call my homies. That's just how it is.
That's why we come with our own security. We don't deal with the we got you booked. We got security there. No, I always travel with my security.
Good job. I went to goddamn the UK. They was like they had me with security. Man, it was just the fattest nigga in the group. I'm like, yo, what the hell? That's a good thing.
Bullshit.
So Meek is in the club. Like he's up there. Like, yo, hold on, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished, and y'all just tapped him on the shoulder. I just want to know. This shit crazy.
Cuz didn't even get to that part. He walked in.
He didn't even get to the intro. No. God damn it.
He walked in. As soon as he walked in or whatever, all the security that was with him, they spent around. I grabbed Cuz. Like, bro, what's up? Get on the phone with Ross.
Honey, all right. That's enough now. We're not going to tell all the details.
No. We got to hear this one.
I said, get on the phone with Ross.
Now, this one going to go viral. What?
Get on the phone with Ross. Neighborhood Crip. So he got on the phone with Ross. I took on the phone with Ross.
Wait. So he didn't start like squaring up, trying to swing or nothing like that?
And what?
You grabbed him by the shoulder like you put your hands on a grown man. He from the trenches.
Like this.
He from the trenches.
Yeah, I know. A nigga from the trenches, but no, it don't work like that.
So he called Rick Ross.
And
right there in the club.
Yeah. And then Ross.
Imagine if his cell reception was bad. Yeah. Fuck.
You stupid.
Listen, the crazy part about it is.
So imagine Ross ain't pick up. Like, all right, so he called Ross. Why'd you have him call Ross? This is crazy.
Because we needed that bag, or because
he owed y'all money.
No, he didn't owe no money. We took the money.
Oh, this was some extortion. Oh shit!
It's not extortion.
All right.
See, yeah, we don't want.
See, I might have to probably bail him out after this interview.
We don't want to.
No. We would just say Meek Mill stench on him. It's fine. Meek ain't gonna tell.
Look, we don't want to get the extortion part. It was just a business transaction.
How much y'all charge him?
50. That's it.
50,000? Yeah. Now we squabbling in there. What? Yeah. Wait, how many of y'all was there? It was just you?
No, it was probably about like 50 of us.
50 of y'all? Yeah. 1,000 per person, nigga. All right, cool. Yeah, I might get that 50. Then he was hot as hell, right? Wait. So who? I'm pretty sure like Ross hasn't answered to this. Meek neither. They're probably saying this nigga lying. We ain't send this nigga no money. How did y'all receive the cash?
Cash.
They gave you cash money.
Yeah. No, they ain't gonna say nobody lying. That's why Meek and Nipsey became cool after that situation because they started using the same PR. So Meek got smart and started hitting Nipsey up, and that's why the Big U feud kept going with Nipsey.
Oh, so that's kind of like, yo, if I'm cool with Nipsey, now the homies from Roll 60s ain't gonna keep tapping me on the shoulder and asking for the bag because now I'm kind of tapped in.
Yeah, and so they kept beefing because it was like Big U looking at it like, nigga, BT coming up, the Oscars coming up.
Wait,
like,
so Big U was with it?
Money.
He not with it.
What?
He wouldn't be with y'all jacking up an artist.
No, I mean he be in a parking lot. That's just the type of nigga he is.
But he would know about it.
No, he knows about everything like that because if just like you beefing with a nigga and I fuck with you,
yeah,
automatically off top I'm beefing with that same nigga because that's just how the shit is. It's like I'm not gonna let nobody talk shit about you, and that make me look like a bitch, or it makes me feel weird because how comfortable can you be talking shit about a nigga that I fuck with? To me, you get what I'm saying? True. And the rules of it is like, bro, we gonna lay you down. We gonna get you. Why you think at All-Star Weekend everybody get robbed? Why you think all the rappers that go to LA always get killed? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's because nigga, it be backdoor moments.
So if Megan had that 50 piece or Ross was like, yo, you know what I mean? I can't afford it right now. He in the trunk.
Yeah, of course.
Damn.
Like we grabbed a nigga and took him outside and we waited.
Wait, for real?
Yeah,
nah, this is great. Yo, can anybody corroborate this?
Man, you better ask Gilly. Shit, Gilly
know?
You know, Gilly got stripped down by the homies because of
You're
Big
lying.
U.
Wait, Gilly?
Yeah, the homie Rose and them stripped.
We're talking about Gilly the Kid. We're talking about the guy with the podcast. We're talking about $1 million worth of game.
Yeah. He got his son stripped down and they stripped down Gilly.
What do you like for what? Like what? What do you mean?
That's just how it goes. Like everybody tells me.
That's some real shit?
No, real shit. They stripped him down. Stripped him and his son down. And then Gilly is being a hoe ass nigga and letting the shit ride. He said he on Big U comment talking about, oh, they saying you robbed me. Ha ha ha. Nigga. The homie that did it telling you he robbed you. And you didn't do nothing about it. Nigga took you and laid down your son, nigga, and you laughing with the nigga that set the play up.
Damn, so basically you're saying that if I go to LA, do not check in with Big U. I'm gonna get robbed and stripped. That's
Probably.
Definitely.
Jesus Christ. Your Big U must hate you, man.
No, he can't hate me because shit. If you hate me, you hate yourself. You playing with the motherfucking devil.
Meek Mill later denied this specific incident, but the fact remained. Luce Cannon was publicly detailing alleged high-stakes crimes that, coincidentally, aligned with the scale of activities Big U would later be accused of. The question for viewers began to form: was Luce, the known liar, somehow telling the truth this time? And if so, what would be the cost of his loose lips for Big U? The delicate balance of Big U's alleged double life, carefully maintained for years, began to crumble not just because of federal scrutiny, but from within his own circle. The decisive blow, ironically, came from the very associate who had publicly flaunted his connections to the alleged criminal enterprise, Luce Cannon. Luce Cannon's outspoken nature proved to be Big U's undoing. After a significant fallout between the two, befriending Luce began to openly disrespect discovered a shocking revelation concerning Big U's alleged involvement in a murder in Las Vegas. Committed under Big Wack seemingly began helping leak this information to the public. Streets, he didn't seem to realize that he shouldn't have been talking so openly about these crimes on podcasts. This public airing of secrets was not, however, merely a spontaneous act of defiance. The internet began to form a narrative that this was orchestrated by a former friend.
I don't know what else has been said. I'm a little up in the air with the Sylvester dude. Is he Robinson? Is Robinson? Like if he confirmed that he drove Big U out there and all that shit. I don't know if he said all that, but the motive is a little shaky. You know what I'm saying? They hanging their hat on the diss song, but shit, I think that shit would have been everywhere.
New details this afternoon about the man accused of being a longtime leader of the Rolling 60s Crips gang. Eugene Henley Jr. has become known in recent years for his charity work to reduce gang violence. Now the FBI is accusing him of running a criminal enterprise that committed a series of crimes, including a murder back in 2021.
Michael, Big U is in federal custody right now. Prosecutors say they have probable cause to believe that he killed a man in Las Vegas in 2021, then dragged his body into the desert. Today, I learned the man killed is closely connected to Big U's family.
Court papers say Williams, seen here on Instagram, was an artist for Big U's label Unique Music. And in 2021, prosecutors say Williams wrote a song, quote, dissing Big U. Documents say Big U then kidnapped and murdered Williams in Las Vegas in retaliation for perceived disrespect. And not only did he play for Crenshaw, the wide receiver was teammates with Big U's son, Defiance Henley. This LA Times video shows Henley throwing a pass to Williams. Defiance Henley is now a linebacker for the LA Chargers. In 2023, the Times wrote a story about him with the headline, conceived in prison, Defiance Henley was born into the dangerous world of his dad, who put him on a path to the NFL. Dayon's quoted in the article saying, "It's one heck of an origin story," adding, "You know how they talk about anti-heroes, the people who are the bad guys, but they really aren't? That's my dad." But now his dad, Big U, is back in custody, and the feds say he's connected to a number of crimes, including the murder of his son's high school teammate, Rayshawn Williams.
See, this is what somebody, just like the Stony B's said on it too. They got a body in Vegas, got a gunshot, we got some DNA. We don't know who DNA it is. What conversation goes on to make them or give them
Green
enough
like
to
that.
go to a judge because you refuse and get the judge to make them give you something where you have to give up the DNA? I think it's Floss. Floss got a history of telling. We got the paperwork. He told on James Collier from Schoolyard Crip. James come over there, shot 3 of them niggas. Floss is one. Giovanni Jones. All 3 of the people cooperated against him, get dude life. They say that nigga said Floss was a gunman. Or a conversation went on with Big U to where he pointed at Floss and they said Floss' house get raided. Gun they found, they say belonged to his girl that was registered. Wasn't a murder weapon. So at the time of this raid, they take this nigga in for questioning. After this situation, now they asking Big U for DNA, for blood, for we need sample DNA in your sample. So I'm trying to figure out. Right now, it's looking like Big U tried to put it on Floss, and Floss tried to put it back on Big U. I don't know.
Yep, it looks like
One of them know something. They both know something. What's going on? Floss running around with Gunner, right? He's still entertaining his ratting. He told on this nigga from Schoolyard. Will it be far-fetched that he told on Big U again? Big U? Saying, nigga, you try to put something on me that got something to do with you? I mean, shit. Where is all... How did they get to him? That's the mystery.
Yep.
It's only one way.
But how did they get to him so much? Well, not just that. Nip got it in his lyrics, so people was definitely talking.
What he got in the lyrics, Dreas?
I read it earlier. Let me go back up. It was anybody remember the lyrics? He said something. It was very specific.
Like hiding your body in the Mojave Desert.
Mojave, yeah, he said somebody caught an L, but I give him an E for effort.
Right.
Hold on, let me find it.
Whatever
let me find it.
He said what?
Basically, he alluded this. I remember this part. It was in Victory Lab, I believe they said. He said somebody took an L, but I give him for E for effort. Something about offing him and leaving his body in the Mojave Desert and some shit. And that's why I asked Tink, hey, where was that body found? Because people in the Goose started bringing it up. They was like, hey, but Nip got this verse in Victory Lab. Let me go.
Okay, so now...
I was in Victory Lab.
So,
I got
but
it right
now
here.
here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. You know, my brain be... We gotta say that Nip may be foreseeing the future because it was the Las Vegas desert, but it's still a desert. And Nip passed in 2019, am I right? And this young man passed in 2021.
Then that's creepy as hell now because
So
it was very specific.
slow down, no. People have patterns of the way they do things. So is Nip insinuating something happened in 2019, and now we see in the same thing, just a different location in 2021? Because Nip died in 2021. Nip died in 2019. Rayshawn died in 2021.
Perhaps the most explosive of Luce's claims, however, directly implicated Big U in the tragic death of Nipsey Hussle. Luce stated on No Jumper that Big U had called him, saying that Nipsey just got killed, moments before the shooting actually took place. Luce recalled calling Nipsey immediately after, and Nipsey answering seemingly fine, only for Luce to receive confirmation of Nipsey's death about 30 minutes later. Perhaps the most explosive of Luce's claims, however, directly implicated Big U in the tragic death of Nipsey Hussle. Luce stated on that Big U had called him, saying that Nipsey just got killed moments before the shooting actually took place. Luce recalled calling Nipsey immediately after, and Nipsey answering, seemingly fine, only for Luce to receive confirmation of Nipsey's death about 30 minutes later. He even mentioned that Nipsey's child's mom was his cousin, implying he could have probably stopped it if he had warned Nipsey. This particular claim, suggesting Big U had prior knowledge of Nipsey Hussle's death, was so incendiary that it led to a cease and desist letter being served to No Jumper from Big U's legal team, demanding the removal of the content. Adam 22, the host, confirmed receiving the legal notice from the big man himself and decided to remove the content, stating it was not a narrative that I was really interested in pushing. This signaled to many that Big U indeed had a serious problem on his hands, as the alleged inner workings of his street empire were now being aired out on podcast for the whole world to hear. The foundation of his double life appeared to be rapidly eroding. However, this narrative was created by the words of someone who was reportedly willing to do anything for fame and allegedly proven to tell lies. The stage was set by Luce Cannon's erratic confession. This was the shocking revelation pointing to Big U's alleged involvement in a murder in Las Vegas. The silence surrounding Rayshawn's death couldn't last forever. Luce Cannon began to strategically leak information about the murder. Whack 100 and fellow viral internet personality 600 started exposing details of the murder investigation on their platforms. Rayshawn's family, including his mother and sister, would allegedly speak with Whack, revealing critical information, such as DNA being captured under fingernails. This also brought to light the stunning possibility that the district attorney was allegedly planning to combine this murder case with the murder of Nipsey Hussle. The pressure exploded on March 17, 2025, when a massive 107-page criminal complaint was filed, outlining the intricate details of Big U's alleged criminal enterprise. 2 days later, a sweeping operation dubbed Operation Drawdown saw the simultaneous arrests of over a dozen Rolling 60s members and affiliates, including Luce Cannon and Brick Baby.
This is my last video before I turn myself in.
At the official press conference, however, it was announced that Big U himself was a fugitive and still at large. He later released videos portraying himself as hunted for helping his community, denying embezzlement, and blaming Whack for working with the FBI to take away his government funding. He sounded defeated but remained defiant, even accusing 600 of waiting outside his house with the police during the raid.
So check this out, right? I get the call, I'm an early riser, you feel me? I'm up like at 5, just got off, I'm laying down, so let me stay up and get this workout in, right? My phone blowing, they say, man, they hit Big U house with the flash bomb. I'm like, nah, you feel me? Let me slide up over there, you feel me? Let me grab my issue. I'm gonna have to pop on something when I'm over there, you feel me?
I'm with my family. Talk to my sons, I talk to everybody, man. I'm just going to deal with this fight, see what it is. I just want y'all to know, all this stuff is quagmire. Shit is all bull crap. I just need y'all prayers. I need y'all to... I don't even know what to say. 21 years, I elevated my family, come back, sit in here and write and do what I need to do until I can come back home. People are supposed to help me, I hope you help me. If you ain't, you don't worry about it. A lot of stuff y'all hearing is straight trash. And I appreciate the love and I appreciate the people who've been helping me. I don't know. It's hard helping black people and not being hunted for doing it.
First Street, it might be to, I don't know if it's to the right or the left.
Reach out to anybody who can help me, y'all.
You hear me?
Help my own family. Appreciate y'all. Go. I'm looking at this video as I come in to turn myself in, and I'm disheartened by the fact that they trying to say that I stole something from Developing Option, or I used Developing Option as a front. Developing Option paid my bills. They paid my house note. They paid the bills for my family, the money I made from as an employee for Developing Option. I never mixed that with nothing. I didn't manipulate nobody. I didn't steal nothing. We did PPP loans. We did 2 loans. And that's it, just like everybody else did. I didn't use no fraud. I didn't give none of fake names. And one of them we was paying back and one they forgave. You know what I mean? And the other one we attempted for and they didn't give us nothing for it. I filed my taxes and them coming around telling me I was using Developing Option as a cover. Cover for what? None of that's going to be true. None of that's going to be true. The government putting this big ass picture and they want to arrest 21 dudes. Some dudes I don't even talk to. I don't even know nothing about. So how the hell you going to lump me in with all them? But it's all the big picture though. It's all the big picture. Now I'm going to be sitting in here. It's going to be years out of my life. Then you going to get dudes who I don't even talk to. What they going to say? You ruining people's lives. I heard it's over 21 people that's been arrested. This shit wrong. It is what it is. Church, just pray for me. Just pray for me, pray for my family. And you look at what we did. You look at what I did. I've been home 21 years. It ain't over though. That's what it's not. Blessings. I'm looking at all these charges on the news. I'm headed back to LA. And then I'm looking at the people they arrested. How you gonna go arrest people that I don't even talk to? That's a built-in liar right there. You know what I mean? So, is that how they gonna work the case? Everybody know how to with Cannon. Everybody know how to brick baby. So if you went to arrest certain dudes, and put them next to me, them is the dudes you gonna have to call themselves turning against me. Well, ain't no turning against me. I ain't going for that. You might as well go get 600 and whack. These dudes been saying I did shit all year. So what they doing is, they go on the internet, and these dudes say that I did shit on the internet. Then when you say I did on the internet, they go investigate it. Now you raiding my houses, raiding my shops, raiding all this stuff, and talking about I'm committing crimes and covering up with Developing Option. What crimes am I committing to cover up with Developing Option? You know what I'm saying? I ain't committed no crimes and covered nothing up with Developing Option. This shit crazy. But this how they get you. They get 1 or 2 people to say something. Ain't gonna be no real evidence. Ain't gonna be no real nothing. It's gonna be a repeated thug. It's gonna be a bunch of people in jail for a bunch of different crimes that don't have nothing to do with me. They finna lump all of us up and say it's all around the 60s. Watch and see. We just seen it with thug. I'm finna experience the same thing out here. I knew it was coming. Now they on there saying all this stuff to assassinate my character. All right, man, just pray for me. And again, they can do any one of us. It ain't nobody safe with these dudes. If these dudes feel they want you, how they going around talking about somebody's gonna raid my house before my house get raided? How they there with the police? And y'all sitting there following them. Everybody that's a part of them shows, and 100 shows and all them shows, and y'all need to, everybody who following them, promoting them, anything. Y'all wrong. Y'all ain't black. And y'all show ain't for our people. They can put charges against anybody. So this is gonna probably be my last video. I'm gonna go turn myself in to see what's going on. They talking about I'm a fugitive. So they just raided all my houses. 600 was actually with the police when they raided my house. He's actually got video and footage of it. So y'all know what y'all dealing with. And I just want to say this to y'all. When they raided my houses and my property, they was asking about whack. Whack, Luce Cannon, 600, and this internet stuff. All of y'all filed. All y'all who be sending shit around the internet, all y'all who be promoting and listening to what they're saying, all y'all giving these likes and hidden likes, all y'all supporting this. All y'all guilty of this shit. If you had something against a black man, you should handle it with a black man in the streets. Wack said 100 times he was gonna take my contracts. He working with the FBI. The FBI went to the city 3 days in a row and told the city they didn't want nobody to give me no more money. They went to all the different celebrities and told all the different celebrities, don't give me no money, don't help me, don't do nothing for me. They going around scaring and intimidating everybody. But y'all sitting it around getting people in trouble. Like y'all don't understand what the FBI do to black men who try to help their community. I ain't been nothing but a help to our community. But I guess it is what it is. This the price of being black, trying to help somebody, trying to help your community and do what you can. You just guilty because somebody else don't like you and they go on the internet and do what they want to and y'all gonna promote it. It's crazy. But I'm going to go turn myself in though. Cause I ain't did nothing. This fact is, man, they done went to my house, kicked my houses in, bust my doors down, bust my windows. They calling my son at his football practice, threatening him. You know what I mean? These dudes tagging him. What kind of shit is this? But y'all gonna be rolling with these dudes. And I got this last thing to say. Wack said he was gonna destroy developing option, right? So who gonna replace developing option? Which one of you in the 60s gonna call yourself coming in? Because whoever try to come in, y'all the ones that's working with Wack. Believe that. So remove me to get me out the way for somebody else to come in who gonna cooperate. That's what the play is. That's what the whole play is. I'm out. I'm gonna send y'all videos to put up, all of them until they lock me up.
Ultimately, the facade Big U had meticulously constructed for decades was shattered, replaced by the grim reality of a federal indictment that painted a very different picture of the community activist.
Updating breaking news just coming into our newsroom. 2 fugitives wanted by the FBI, including a longtime accused LA gang leader, now in custody tonight.
Let's get right to Mark Cota-Robles, who joins us now with new developments live in the newsroom. Mark?
Yeah, David and Ellen, good evening. We've been following this story throughout the day. Federal officers arrested more than a dozen members tied to the gang known as the Rollin' 60s Neighborhood Crips, though its leader was on the run. Well, within the last 20 minutes, the FBI announcing that man, Eugene Henley Jr., a.k.a. Big U, is now in custody.
The curtain had finally fallen on the elaborate facade of Eugene Big U Henley Jr. The federal complaint, unsealed on March 17, 2025, laid bare a reality far removed from his public image as a community leader. It introduced the world to the alleged Big U enterprise, an organization accused of operating with a mafia-like structure that engaged in a wide array of illicit activities. These included extortion, robbery, murder, human trafficking, wire fraud, bank fraud, and obstruction of justice. Central to this alleged enterprise was Big U's ability to maintain a duplicitous public persona, while presenting himself as a reformed ex-gang member turned community activist dedicated to keeping children off the streets through his nonprofit, Developing Options. Federal authorities alleged this was merely a front. According to the complaint, Big U allegedly embezzled hundreds of thousands of dollars from Developing Options, which received over $2.3 million from the city of Los Angeles, including more than $500,000 from the GRID program. Wiretaps reportedly captured Big U boasting that he was still the same man and the only gangster from his era still murdering people. The enterprise's alleged reach extended to various forms of extortion, a prominent method being checking in. This practice involved demanding payments from out-of-town celebrities and athletes to guarantee their safety in Los Angeles, effectively a street tax to avoid robbery or violence. Examples cited in the complaint include Big U reportedly forced movie productions filming in the community to check in threatening to seize their equipment if they refused. Nightclubs were allegedly frequent targets, with one instance detailing Big U demanding a $30,000 payment and threatening to send thousands of Rolling 60s members to destroy their club if he wasn't paid for a promised appearance by artists like T.I. and Wiz Khalifa, who never materialized. The alleged extortion of rapper Meek Mill, where Big U's associates supposedly cornered Meek and threatened to kill him unless Rick Ross paid $50,000, which was allegedly paid fast.
You told Big U but pulls up, act like he getting it back.
It's cool. I already called Big U and had Big U try to get that on the phone. Yo, get this on the phone for me, man.
We grabbed it and took him outside, and we waited.
This
Man, you better ask Gilly.
Gilly, no?
No, Gilly got stripped down by the homies.
Gilly the kid. We're talking about the guy with the podcast. We're talking about $1 million worth of game.
They stripped him down. Stripped him and his son down. And he can't hate me because if you hate me, you hate yourself. You playing with the motherfucking devil.
Tell Gilly and Wallow they got a problem. I come to Philly. Them the only two dudes I'm looking for. I don't got no problem with nobody else, no beef with nobody else but Gilly and Wallow right now. So I ain't interviewing Gilly and Wallow. Tell Gilly and Wallow I'm pulling up in Philly. We gonna get what we gotta get off our chest, then we gonna holler.
First of all, hold on.
Up the set!
My slip.
You sold your soul!
I'm gonna tell y'all.
You sold your soul!
City, wherever you at, Tampa Bay, talking that shit, man.
Who, Gilly?
Yeah, you supposed to push up and rep for Cali, man.
Nigga, I'm from LA. Why he ain't pushed up out here, nigga? How you mad at me because you got robbed? Like, nigga, I didn't say nothing wrong about that, man. All I said was that what happened when you got robbed in the 60s. That nigga been mad ever since, but that nigga want to tell Unc. I'm going to call Unc. I'm going to call, like, bro, why you always want to tell Unc? Why you so mad? Because I said you got robbed in the 60s and you had to call Unc. I'm going to call Unc. Like, that's what he said when he got robbed. I'm going to call Unc.
I don't get you putting smut on my name, mustard on my jacket. I ain't no nigga that got mustard on my jacket. What's wrong with your clown boy? But it's cool. I already called Big U and had Big U try to get that on the phone. Yo, get this on the phone for me, man. I'm gonna fly to LA, man. Me and this gonna get in front of each other, man. Type of you is putting mustard on the jacket. You just running around here spreading rumors. All for some internet thing. Come on, man. First of all, you talk like a hoe, so I already know you gotta. Don't make me put my fingers in your. You talk like a hoe. What's wrong with you?
Man, Gilly, you ain't playing with Bosco.
Like that, man. I'll bust his head open, man. And I ain't even on that type of time no more, man. I'm around here taking care of the kids. I'm doing all positive shit, man. But don't ever get me tangled and twisted like an Annie Ann's pretzel. I'll bust your head open, boy. You hoe ass that sit in the house all day on the internet talk, they ain't getting no money. What's wrong with you?
Wack, you was definitely gassing about the whole Big U and Gilly thing, right?
Hell no, I ain't gassing. Nigga, that wasn't me. Nigga, Gilly's a bitch too. He's a bitch ass nigga. Oh, bitch ass, triple bitch ass nigga. This other nigga, Lil Rosé from Rolling 60s, bro. He come in my room.
Wait. What happened though? What happened?
I'm gonna tell you what, Lil Rosé come in the room. Yo, Wack, what's up, man? Can I have the flow? Go ahead, homie. He started telling the story. I don't know nothing about this story. Wack wasn't there. He like, yeah, like, you know, you had to see your son brought you to the hood, and we pulled up, caught you and your son, y'all had on all your jewelry. Nigga, we strip you niggas. You don't know us when you use Big Q name, we didn't give a fuck. The nigga told us y'all jewelry was worth 150, 160, we strip you niggas. Nigga and took that shit, cashed it in, and they brought your ass $20,000 back like we are bad. Nigga, we cashed that shit and cut it up. Right? Nigga, the nigga want to get mad at me. Hey, you weird ass nigga. I wasn't there.
Wait.
This dude from Rolling 60s.
They think, wait. Gilly never got robbed, though.
Yeah, him and his son got stripped. They stripped him in the 60s. Big U lined their ass up. They stripped him, took all their jewelry. The nigga that did it came on the stage and said he did it. And the nigga get mad at me like I did it. Nigga, I ain't did it. I ain't do it. I wasn't there. Mad at me for, nigga.
So you're telling me that
the nigga got mad at me, bro.
Like Gilly official nigga from Philly, man. Gilly not going like that.
That nigga had his hands up in the motherfucking air with his two kids. A father that couldn't protect his 2 kids. That's what he is, nigga. I told that nigga, look, bro, don't be popping at me, nigga, because what another nigga saying, nigga, that nigga from Rolling 60 Crip for real. Everybody know who that nigga is. He telling you, Big, you lined your punk ass up. Now, if you got your ass robbed over there, you and your kids, he said Nipsey went over there and gave the niggas $20,000 because he felt bad for him.
Nah, Big U would line up Gilly. Wait, why he blame you though?
I don't know. A whole nother nigga telling the story. I ain't telling it ain't like a nigga told me and I told the story. The nigga that did it told the story.
What the hell?
Now I'm gonna tell you this, Act. If my homeboy pick you up to come bring you to my neighborhood, and those niggas jump out on you, you be like, homie, I'm here with Whack. You at my set. And the nigga say, I don't give a fuck to strip you. I had something to do with that act. Because that's what happened. That shit happen all the time. Niggas act like they don't know what's going on. You think a nigga really gonna be in the 60s and rob these niggas and they say, we here with Big U, and they say, we don't give a fuck. Come on, bro. Now, I didn't know what he gonna say. This nigga got all kinds of stories. Lil Rose, Rolling 60 Crip. Everybody know who he is. He voluntarily came in there and you know, said that. The nigga Gilly get mad at me. You mad at me for?
Now the only reason I'm asking because I remember when you kicked off the Hunter Side Pod, Gilly was there, Wallow was there. It was all love.
Wallow been acting funny since me and Big U got into it, bro. But the nigga better leave me alone because I done ran into him out here in LA a time or two. I wasn't tripping because there wasn't nothing going on. Be him and Wallow body motherfucker self, nigga. The nigga better chill out, nigga. You better chill out, nigga.
Yo, Wack.
Paul Rudo.
Everybody want to know, right? Because they feel like you got so many enemies. Do you run into these people?
Yo, Act, check this out. Let this be known. I'm from East Side Pacoima Paul Rudo Blood Gang, 12709. So I'm an original baby gangster. All you new booty, weird ass, out of town niggas, I've been a Paul Rudo 35 years. What the fuck? I've been had enemies. 35 years I've been had enemies. Niggas been trying to kill me all my life, bro. So like all this shit y'all talking about, some industry enemies, bro, I don't want to hear that weird ass shit. The fuck y'all think, nigga? I'm not none of you new wave ass niggas. I'm a Paul Rudo, my nigga. You was in the 60s. Big U son picked you up, took you to the spot they called the Village. They pulled up, jumped out with the whistles. You said, homie, we here with Big U. They said, we don't give a fuck about none of that. Take it off. You told Big U pulls up, act like he getting it back. Nip heard about it, bring you 20 racks and say, homie, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You keeping bad company. And your jury never came back. So dude telling you, Big U the one put us on. Y'all, you think we know where you at? Wow. Nigga, you gonna go address Big U? What you addressing me for? I ain't from 60s. Paul Rudo didn't rob you. This ain't a Paul Rudo, it's a 6-0 nigga right here. That's well known over there. You ain't hiding it. Oh, wow. Big U was the big homie. The whole what it is C-Levels, he got influence, but he ain't a goer. That's the difference between me and him. We both got influence. I'm just a goer, you know. But now the people he had influence over, since I dropped that paperwork, is pulling.
The ultimate catalyst for Big U's downfall was the alleged Las Vegas murder of Rayshawn Williams, the turning off of Big U's phones during the alleged murder, and his subsequent return to the studio covered in sweat, claiming he'd been to the gym were critical details. His alleged demand to remove surveillance equipment from the studio further fueled suspicions. Despite their close ties, Big U reportedly never publicly acknowledged his death.
But let me tell you, she tell a nigga, you know, I don't even think it was for the rest of the table to hear, but she tell a nigga on some deep shit. She said, yeah, nigga, because you're getting soft.
What?
And he say, hey,
So let me tell you.
No, hold on. He said, no, hold on, wait, hold on. After I tell his story. But so you know me.
It was more to the story.
I'm instigating. Damn, getting soft. So now it's out the whole table. She looked right at me. Yeah, Gilly, nigga, getting soft.
Now
So now he gotta say. Now he gotta speak up. No. See what I tell you about? I ain't getting soft. one of my homies was at the house and he did something she ain't like. She wanted me to break the nigga arm and I ain't break the nigga. Yeah, she looked at him and said, listen, she looked at him and said, yeah, you should have broke his fucking arm.
I'm gonna give you an analogy. I'm gonna give you an
She
analogy.
let me in, I go to sleep.
Now catch this analogy. You remember how you called me about Lil Youngster, our little family? He did some fuck shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so you could have cut his head off.
Yeah.
Or cut an ear off.
But we don't.
Stacy was like, you should have cut the nigga ear off. Or you should have did something to him.
Broke
like,
the
no.
nigga arm.
Down. The only difference is
Stacy a gangster.
the reason why a woman doesn't
She
rule
a
a
homie.
nation, reason why a woman shouldn't rule a nation,
Because they
she
emotional.
will rule with emotion.
Emotions.
And a man won't. Because I understand. Sometimes if I do something, let me explain it to
But
you.
you acted off emotion.
No, you telling me
you just beat a
telling me
whole.
whoever it was one like our
It
little
didn't
dude.
warrant.
Okay.
It didn't warrant me because I could have lost more by being physical with one of the little homies who did something wrong, or I could have let that go and let everybody else see that I show mercy sometime. And her mind is no, cut his ear off. You should at least cut his ear. You should have got something. But every time you don't use Bron.
So it's safe to say that it was growth involved.
It was growth. That's
No,
what I'm,
no,
and
definitely.
she was like,
No.
no, you getting soft. She like, you should have. And I'm like, no, but look
But
at where
then
now.
if we
Now he's
don't
in the
do it
fold.
that way-
Never had another product since then. Still doing everything. he's
But
supposed
hold
to.
on though, bro. If we don't do it that way and we taking count, then they telling us we should make better decisions.
And we being too mean. You know, I learned from youngsters. Let me tell you something. I had a situation having one of my homeboys. He didn't pay a debt, and he didn't do something. And I called one of my other little homies. And said, "Look, bring him to me." So when he got to me, but before he got to my little homie, my other little homie said, you like pops, you know, you like Like, man, you gonna have niggas scared in the world because we can't make one mistake." And so ever since my little homeboy said that to me, and he was basically talking simply for somebody else. He wasn't even the one who was on the table. But he made me realize, like, okay, you can't just be bronze all the way. And I hate to give a story on like one of my close friends.
Well, here go the problem
from
with
Main
that.
Street.
But you know what the
Let me tell
problem
you.
was, right? With that.
Let me give you one more
Here
story.
go the problem.
The crucial role of podcasts and social media in this downfall cannot be overstated. Luce Cannon publicly exposing many of these alleged criminal activities after a falling out with Big U. This public airing was allegedly orchestrated by Wack, Big U's former friend turned mortal enemy. Wack, alongside Christopher 600 Lovejoy, began to leak information about the open Rayshawn Williams murder investigation, including claims that Big U's DNA was found under the victim's fingernails. The sheer volume and public nature of these revelations prompted a cease and desist letter from Big U's legal team to No Jumper regarding Luce's claims about Nipsey Hussle's death, signaling the severity of the situation. Federal authorities even confirmed that they closely monitored Big U's podcast activities as part of their investigation. The years of alleged criminal activity, coupled with the strategic public exposures, culminated in Operation Drawdown on March 19, 2025. A massive 107-page criminal complaint was filed, detailing the intricate alleged enterprise. Over a dozen Rolling 60s members and affiliates, including Luce Cannon and Brick Baby, were arrested. However, Big U himself was initially declared a fugitive. He later released defiant videos, denying the charges and claiming he was being hunted for helping his community people and accusing Wack of working with the FBI to take away his government funding. The meticulous unraveling of Big U's alleged criminal empire was not solely the work of federal agents operating in the shadows. Instead, a significant and perhaps unintentional catalyst for his downfall came from within his own circle and the very public forum of the burgeoning podcast landscape. This public exposure, particularly from former associates, transformed an open secret within Los Angeles streets into widespread federal knowledge, ultimately leading to Big U's highly publicized arrest. Luce played a vital role as a primary architect in Big U's public unraveling. His complex and often contentious relationship with Big U, coupled with his willingness to share insider information on podcasts, proved to be a part of Big U's undoing. In the end, Luce Cannon's unfiltered narratives on these platforms were not merely random boasts, but a significant strategic means of setting Big U up for prison. By publicly detailing illicit activities and Big U's alleged involvement, often corroborating police theories or providing new avenues for investigation, Luce Cannon broke the code of silence that had historically protected such enterprises. He essentially laid out the blueprint of the Big U enterprise for all to see, including the authorities, forcing the hand of justice by making the alleged crimes undeniable and too public to ignore. It was as if he meticulously pulled threads from a carefully woven, deceptive tapestry, one by one, until the entire intricate pattern of Big U's alleged criminal facade unraveled before the world. In the end, Luce Cannon's unfiltered narratives on these platforms were not merely random boasts, but a significant strategic means of setting Big U up for prison. By publicly detailing illicit activities and Big U's alleged involvement, often corroborating police theories or providing new avenues for investigation, Luce Cannon broke the code of silence that had historically protected such enterprises. He essentially laid out the blueprint of the Big U enterprise for all to see, including the authorities, forcing the hand of justice by making the alleged crimes undeniable and too public to ignore. It was as if he meticulously pulled threads from a carefully woven, deceptive web, one by one, until the entire intricate pattern of Big U's alleged criminal facade unraveled before the world. However, it's been proven that Luce Cannon has lied, and he's willing to do whatever it takes for fame, which leaves us asking, was Big U set up in a carefully crafted web of lies?